Welcome back to another year of Highland football. I'm sitting alongside the old ball coach, Jay Grissom. We're here at North Gateway Tire Field on a beautiful night that feels a little bit more like fall than summer, Jay.
I believe it's still August, but it doesn't feel that way.
We got a treat coming. We got the Highland Alumni Band walking out onto the field.
Yeah, big night here. We got Taste of Highland going on. We've got all the food trucks and the various teams doing some fundraising out in the plaza, if you will, and alumni band night and first home opener. So.
And I heard that Town Tavern brought in a nice meal for the players.
Yeah, the boys got some good eats this afternoon and ready to roll here.
The whole community's pitching in on a beautiful kickoff night here, and I guess if we have a minute before the band starts, which we may not.
We may not.
Why don't we give the alumni band their due, and then we'll come on after and we'll talk about the great season that the Highland Hornets football team had last year. We'll talk about Hudson, and we'll talk about this year, and lots to talk about, Jay.
Yeah, let's enjoy the pregame.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present Jones 2025 Pride of Highland Marching Band. Marching tonight with the 2025 Highland Alumni Band. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able for the playing of our national anthem, and then please remain standing for the Highland High School alma mater. 2025 Pride of Highland Marching Band and the Highland Alumni Band will now join forces to perform a true classic from the Pride of Highland repertoire. Here's Smoke on the Water.
Brandon Lipchek sitting alongside of Coach Jay Grissom. It's good to be back here, Jay, for another great season of Hornet football.
Yes, yes. Beautiful night, and two teams coming off of wins last week, and one of the biggest games in the state tonight with two top 10 ranked teams in Division II going at it.
It doesn't get any better than this, Jay, but I think we'd be remiss if we didn't open up the season talking about last year and the year that the Hornets had Division II Regional 6 championship game, lost a real tough one to the eventual state champion, Avon, 13-1. What a season it was.
Yeah, and undefeated in the conference, you know, and getting a conference championship, and like you said, just a really fun run through the playoffs. And, you know, you run into Avon when you run into Avon, and I think, you know, we were at that game, and I know a lot of people say that was the state championship. You know, I think that was two of the best teams in the state last year, and we gave them all that they wanted, for sure. And you know, so rough way to go out, but what a great season for those guys.
And I'll tell you what, you look at some of the standouts from last year with Carson Noonan and Ryan Zywick and Dylan Borla and Garrett Phillips, and you know, and certainly we'll talk more about Casey Miser, you know, obviously, but a bunch of studs on that team.
Yeah, you know, and it's tough to replace those guys, and you know, you got Casey back, and Casey was Division II first team All-State running back, and Carson Noonan was a first-team defensive lineman. Ryan Zywick was a second-team defensive lineman. Borla had an unbelievable season. He was an all-district player. what a fun team. What a great group of kids, and just a lot of fun watching those guys compete.
Man, it sure was a fun season, and we could talk at length about that. But we do need to turn the page now to this year. And while we have some holes to fill, we have some players to fill them. For example, Miser's back, and that's a big deal, as are 22 other seniors that are. It's a senior-laden team. Our linebackers are back, and you have a new quarterback stepping in with Grady Gibb.
Yeah, and Grady's tough spot for him, through his career here, because when you see him play tonight, he's not going to look like a first-year starter. Highly talented, very intelligent, can run it, can throw it, does a really nice job with that. And you get a first-team All-State running back. It's huge. This program has a way of developing and reloading.
There's been a few seniors lately that over the last few years that have got their opportunity their senior year. And
yes.
have done a real –
absolutely.
From Andrew Lurch to Dylan Borla and before them as well. So.
Right. Peyton Janikis, and yes. You know what else I think we need to mention, Carson's playing at Miami, Ohio. Carson Noonan's at Miami, Ohio, and Ryan Zywick's at Ashland University, as well as Garrett Phillips is now, starting his freshman season at John Carroll. So, send 3 guys to the next level. I know Coach Gibbons is as proud of that as anything.
As he should be. Before we get to the Hudson Explorers coming in, we have an offensive line is something I want to keep an eye on this year, because you have a whole bunch of guys graduated, and you have Josh Messina coming back, and then some new guys as well. Here come the Hornets out onto the field.
Yeah, offensive line, it's always a concern when you lose guys to graduation, but they've had some guys step in there, and I was at all the scrimmages, and then week 1 last week up in Erie. They played that group has played really well, and Messina was a starter last year. Bendow had meaningful snaps on both sides of the ball. Losing his brother as the guard last year too, and Brady. But having Fern step in, and Wyatt Sitz had a good game last week, and the new center is a name that's been around for a long time, and
that's right, with Spencer Marquis.
Yeah, Spencer, his older brother, was a great player here in this program.
Well, we got some juniors coming in here with Wyatt Sitz and with Spencer Marquis, so I'm excited to see the O-line. But we do want to welcome the Hudson Explorers. Came from about 20 miles to the northeast of here, Coach Jeff Gow in his 10th season. We want to welcome the viewers from Hudson Community TV that are with us tonight. And Hudson comes in pretty excited, right? They had a good first game against Austintown Fitch, and they come in as the number 8 Division II ranked team by Max Preps in Ohio.
Right. And coming off of a good game against a good team, 28-14 win at home over Austintown Fitch. An interesting game. Fitch was able to move the ball on them, but that team was gigantic. A lot of big offensive and defensive linemen. But Hudson was opportunistic and made the plays when they needed to make the plays. They rushed for 180 yards. They passed for 117. 298 yards of total offense with a new quarterback as Nathan Judy moved from, he was the starter last year at quarterback, and they have moved him to play tight end, as well as he's playing some linebacker. He had an interception defensively last year. I don't know the whole thinking there. I know he's being recruited to play some tight end, and I know obviously they're excited about their junior Hayden Lipinski, who took over that job as a quarterback. He's a lefty that had a good solid game last week. So
they were pretty balanced last week. I saw running, passing, right? They had touchdowns in both areas, and they looked pretty good, as did Highland against Erie McDowell.
Yes.
I know you took that couple-hour drive out to Erie, and Highland put up 672 yards of offense.
Yes. It was, 3 turnovers made the score 49-10. The Hornets turned it over 3 times, but as far as the way they were moving the ball, had no issues whatsoever. Miser had a really solid half, and they were able to get him some rest in the second half. Grady Gibb was 7 for 7 in his
200
first,
and some yards.
Yeah, 225 yards, 7 for 7. So just an outstanding start to the season, and this is a really good early season matchup right here. Well, and you know what, I do think we should mention too. We got a budding rivalry here. This is the 3rd year in a row that we're playing them, and now next year during conference realignment, we'll be playing Hudson every season.
And the last year to open up the season was a 31-24 Highland victory, correct?
Yes. And the year before that, they beat us at our place here. So this is a rubber match, if you will.
And I'll tell you what, Coach Gibbons is in his 11th season here, and he's done a heck of a job. He really, really has. We looked at the coin flip, and Hudson won the flip, and they deferred. So Highland will receive the kickoff.
Got Miser and Lucas Girding back to receive this kick. There's Ian Katz kicking it into the end zone.
We're off.
And we are off.
We are off and running. Hey, by the way, we want to give a big thank you to the Amanda Pfahl State Farm Agency, the premier sponsor of our live stream football games again this fall. So big thank you to Amanda Pfahl and her team for allowing us to do this.
Yes, we appreciate the support and the ability to bring this to everybody. So here we go. We got Gibb in the shotgun, Miser behind him. Got Dobkowski out wide left with Girding in the slot. And I believe that's Jake Weber out wide right. Give it to Miser off the left side. Did a nice job getting the edge there.
Casey Miser had 2,688 yards and 46 touchdowns last season.
What a first-team All-State Division II player.
And there's
a lot of credit to that offensive line last year, certainly.
And this new line opened up a hole there for an 11, 12-yard gain to start the season.
Got Faust as that flex tight end. Going to bring him across on a counter. Explorers do a nice job stringing that out, getting it stacked up.
There was, I think Brendan Funyak was over there. There was three Hudson Explorers on that tackle.
Joseph Calvacanti in there early as well. This Hudson defense, interesting. They run a lot of this 4-2 box.
4-2.
They'll come into a 3-3 and passing downs. At least that's what they did last week. Gibb on a short roll, little play action. Going to dump it down to Dobkowski on a little over route. I think they're going to be just shy of a first down, about a yard shy. Nice job just moving the pocket. Grady was patient with that.
Yeah, that was good protection right at that first down marker. But they gave it to him.
They sure did. So they are calling it
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Yeah, that was a good patient little rollout, and he
just faked the outside zone and a little short roll.
Yeah, waited for him to come open.
Gibb takes the snap. It's a little bubble out to Girding. And he's going to pick up about 13 yards on that. I'll tell you what I love watching. I know we talk about it a lot, but watching the receivers for these Highland Hornets block, they are committed, willing blockers, and that's what makes that play possible. 2 good blocks on the outside there.
And it's good to see Girding back at his right where he left off with 3 touchdowns in the air last year and 3 on the ground. Really a versatile player, that Girding.
Yeah, we'll see him playing some defense this year as well. So I'm going to give it to Miser. He's got a big hole off that right side, and that's going to be another, very close to another first down.
Yeah, it sure is. Brought down by 26, Brendan Funyik.
So Hornet offensive line, you've got Spencer Marquis at center. You've got Cody Bendow and Wyatt Sitz are the guards. Tommy Fern and Josh Messina are the tackles as we get things started here. Another give to Miser off the left side. I'll tell you what, that offensive line is getting a really good push early.
Push. Yes.
I mean, he's not getting any contact till he's about 3-4 yards downfield in Miser.
And then Miser's pretty doggone good at getting those last 2-3 yards,
Yes,
isn't he?
He
He doesn't go backwards often.
He does not.
I like that early push by that offensive line. Brings up a 2nd and 4.
Hornets with a little 12 personnel, 2 tight ends on the field, and that's a give on a jet to Girding. It's going to be good for another first down, I believe. Yes, they are waving the chains.
Looks like he picked up 5 or 6 yards on the play before.
So just kind of feeling out the play calling a little bit, a little inside zone, a little outside zone.
It's a real good opening drive, though, to start off this season.
Staying in that 12 personnel as Jamison Gordon is the 2nd tight end. Lined up on the left side. They're going to fake the jet, and that ball is intercepted.
That's number 3. Anthony Palucci.
So just a 2-deep safety. Grady tried to fit that thing in there and just nowhere to throw it.
No.
It's a big play for the Explorer defense.
Well, I'll tell you, here's a replay of it. Let's see. Yep, he just tried to.
He's trying to look like Dobkowski on that skinny post.
I don't know if he didn't see the safety or what, but that was a good play by the junior, Anthony Palucci. And now a good drive is going the other direction here. Hudson has the ball on the 30.
It's Reno Ferree. Nice carry off the right side. Reno had a huge game last week, 20 carries, 133 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Talented runner.
Yeah, he looks powerful, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he can pick them up and put them down as they try a little bit of a.
This time that Hornet defensive line had a real good push.
They got a good
Reno
push
did
there.
not have anywhere to go, and that was a maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to go quick here. Saw them working on this pregame.
With that trips left.
Yeah, they're going empty on a 3rd and 3. All right, they're going to shift into 2 backs in the backfield. Looking to get outside.
Oh.
Nice tackle from behind. That's Evan Faust. Outstanding play.
Man, he read that real nice. What good pursuit, and tackled him for a no gain, maybe a loss of 1.
A little bit of a loss.
And the
absolutely.
punting team is coming out here.
So that's exactly what you want your defense to do. You know, they get you turned over and you force them into a 3 and out. That's outstanding job by the Hornet defense.
Who's that back? Girding?
It's Girding back, and that is number 83, Ian Katz, with a nice spiraling punt.
Really good punt. Right about the 20-yard line.
So Hornets will take over 1st and 10.
That was a good 45-yard spiraling punt there, I believe, Jay. Good for him. At some point we'll need to. We'll talk about Jonah Kauza. We have a lot to talk about tonight, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Right? #1 ranked kicker in Ohio, so I'm sure we'll get to see him. But right now we got the Hornet offense back for another opportunity.
2 receivers on either side. Miser in the backfield with Gibb. Gonna fake that jet. Little option. Nice tackle there. That's
26 again.
That's Brennan Funyak.
Yeah, he's all over the field, 26.
I'll tell you what, he's a good football player. He got some carries last week too. I think we'll see him in the backfield. I like the way he runs the football as well.
Is he coming up from that strong safety position? Almost like they'll bring him down sometimes.
Yeah, they kind of walk him down. Only playing about 8 to 10 yards off the ball. Little play action. Gibb all kinds of time. He's got Girding on an over route. Girding still fighting. And it's going to take a host of explorers to get that play blown dead. That's pickup of over 20 there.
That's the second time that we saw really good patience from Grady Gibb. Yeah,
got a replay up. Look at this pass protection.
Yes.
Grady does a nice job, not forcing it, letting that play develop. And then Lucas fighting for extra yards. So 1st and 10 at the 45.
Grady Gibb with the short memory there, right? Comes right back firing, slinging it. I like that.
Love to see it. There's a give to Miser, left side. Nice cut. Going to be a gain of about 4. Another nice push up front.
I think he was brought down by number 50. Is that Cooper Sullivan? And Joseph who was that? Joseph Cavalcanti.
Yes.
Yeah. They do a good job, Hudson does, at getting multiple hats on that ball, which you need to do to get Miser down.
And they've got 2 very disciplined defensive ends. They do a nice job keeping contain. Another give to Miser off that left side. It's going to be good for maybe just shy. Yep, just shy. 3rd down and about 1.
Now that time Miser got outside of the defensive end, number 50.
Yes.
3rd and 1. What do you? You're pretty good at predicting these plays, Jay. You've been known to.
If I've got 25 in the backfield, I'm probably using him. But this is a good time for Grady to keep one on those RPOs. He might have a little more room to work as they walk a linebacker up on the far end, showing pressure. They do give it to Casey, and that's going to be plenty. Going to pick up about 5.
Really good push up front.
Yes, outstanding job. You know the situation. You need 1 yard. So that'll get the Hornets to the Explorer 41. Another nice drive here. Hornets back in that 12 personnel. There's Gibbs keep.
Yeah.
Got a hold in an area where there's probably going to be a holding call here.
Yep. Yeah, I think you called it.
That's a tough penalty on 1st down. So
we've called Joe Cavalcanti and Brendan Funyak's name quite a bit. Well, they were both first-team Suburban League guys last year, right? So
yes.
We kind of figured we'd be calling their names a lot. Well, you get behind the chains a little bit right now with the 1st and 17.
Let's see what Coach Gibbons wants to do here. Going to be patient with it, trying to work an outside zone, but there was good penetration early.
That's number 2.
Back up. Hicks gets in the backfield.
That's Becca Mix.
Becca Mix on the stop. Drake Kewen had good penetration there early and forced that thing back inside.
Second down. Close to 20.
So it's going to second and about 20, about a loss of 3 on that. Hornets in their doubles formation. Hudson showing pressure. Grady stepping up into it. He's going to pick up about 8. Going to bring up a 3rd and 12, maybe 13.
Hudson will do that quite a bit. They'll walk a linebacker up and blitz them, and they did that, and Highland picked it up pretty good. But I think Gibb made a decent decision there, right? Like, get some yardage.
Yes.
So
we got Hudson in that 3-3 stack. So 3 down linemen. They're going to have a 0 technique nose here. 3 linemen stacked, and they've got a kind of a monster or a jack, whatever you want to call it, here on the boundary side. Little play action. Gibbs stepping up, nowhere to go.
Brought down by number 2 again. That's Becca Mix.
Becca Mix with the stop. Going to bring up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, that was a good defensive stand there by Hudson. Highland had the ball at the 20.
Yes.
They moved it down to the 40, and then that holding call kind of helped to derail some things. But then Hudson did not give any room.
A really good pass rush on each of those last 2 plays out of that Hudson defense.
Number 3 is back. That's Anthony Paolucci.
High snap. Nice job catching it and getting it away. Takes a Hornet bounce inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line.
That's senior kicker Landon Kuzma, senior punter.
Talented young man. I'll tell you what, he can hit a football.
Well, I'll tell you what, we have a ball game with 1:17 left in the first quarter. This is
that's what we thought we were going to see.
Yeah, this is really cool to be up here watching. Early in the season for these programs, and these guys are playing on both sides of the ball, playing hard. We've seen some good defense too on both sides.
Tonight's cheerleaders might take us a couple plays to get them all in, but if they're ready, we'll be ready.
So there's a little sprint out action. So one thing that I noticed with Hudson, with Hayden Lipinski, they like to move the pocket with him. A lot of sprint outs, a lot of bootlegs. They like to try and move him around as much as they can, and you see why there. He was able to make a decision, pick up 9 yards.
Yeah, brought down by Jamison Gordon.
Go quick. There's a give to Faree. He's got a hole off the right side, and he is forced out by Jamison Gordon on the far sideline.
I'll tell you what, that up-tempo offense Hudson is running, right? They're getting up to the line, and they're doing it again here quick.
Yes. 3 receivers, empty set here. Last time they showed this, they shifted to 2 in the backfield. They're going to stay 5 wide here. They're going empty. Just a quick bubble. It's out to Judy. And I know they want to get Nathan Judy the football as much as possible. Good athlete. He's a large human.
Right, 6'4", 6'5". Looks like he runs pretty well.
He does. It's a nice pickup of 4 on first down. It's Faree back in the backfield. They fake it to him. Another sprint out. Lipinski rolling right. And he's able to pick up another 4 yards. Good coverage, but Hornets need to do a better job setting an edge here.
Yep, that's exactly right. They're losing contain. Brought out by Callan Whitling there. Hudson's on the ball again, quick on a 3rd and 2. Is that a timeout by Hudson?
Looks like it. I want to talk
11,
about this.
11 seconds left in the quarter. I'll tell you what, I don't mind that timeout if I'm Hudson, because On one hand, you got the Hornets on their heels, right? So you don't really maybe want to break that momentum. But this is a key play right now in this game.
I'll tell you why I don't like it. In 11 seconds, the quarter would have been over, and you had a free timeout. Not really a reason to.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, the ball was out of bounds. I apologize. That ball was run out of bounds, so that clock was not running.
It's a key play. I mean, judging by early on, there might not be this is a defensive battle, right?
Play.
So I mean,
this
could
got the ball to midfield. Want to make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Yep.
No, I agree. That's a good decision. They got an opportunity, if nothing else, to flip the field here. Hornets show pressure and back out of it.
Changing the play here.
A little cat and mouse going on between these two coaching staffs. Looking to go wide. Hornets were there early. Got him stacked up for about a 1-yard loss. And that was,
Evan Faust was in there.
I believe Cody Bendow was there as well.
I'll tell you what, Reno Ferree, I wasn't surprised to see him get the ball, but he didn't have anywhere to go, and he had to belly it out.
Yes. Good penetration on the middle of that defensive line.
Yes. I don't think it was designed to go that far outside. I think it was maybe more off tackle, and he had to bounce it out, and the Hornets did a good job as we get to the end of the first quarter. You got to believe they're going to punt it on 4th and 4, but I don't know.
You're going to have to be aware. I mean, this is right on the edge of go-for-it territory, right? What an outstanding first quarter, though.
Man.
Nothing to nothing. Two defenses that came to play. Hornets moved the ball, but, one time an interception and one time a penalty that kind of got them to sputter. So,
yeah, everything's been in between the 20s so far. Looks like the punting unit is coming on. I see number 83 ready to punt. That's Ian Katz, senior punter, with Girding back.
Just be aware. Good snap. Little low line drive. Girding's got an opportunity to return this one. He's going to reverse field. Nice stiff arm off the right.
All right.
Finally forced out by the punter.
When Girding gets the ball, you're going to see some action.
He don't want to go. He don't want to go down.
No.
Nice return. Gets the Hornets really
good field.
Really good field position.
Here's a replay of it. That was a 20-yard return on that. I think he ran about 70 yards. And the Hornets are back in business. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Anthony DePompe in. He's the receiver on the wide left near sideline here. Gibb takes a snap. He's going to give it to Miser. I'll tell you what, that was an outstanding job of stringing that out. Casey did a nice job cutting it back just to make something of it, but
he brought down by number 35, Ted Pawlik, junior defensive end.
Cooper Sullivan did a nice job kind of cutting that thing off and not letting Casey get the edge. They're back into their 4-2.
Who's that? Is that Dylan Lazar?
That is Lazar in the ball game. Gibbs going to keep this one, and that tackle's made by Nathan Judy.
Yeah.
Picks up one, maybe two. So Judy's playing that star linebacker spot where he's kind of, to the multiple receiver side. He's kind of apexing, but he does a nice job reading it, getting upfield quick, making a nice tackle there on Grady Gibb.
Well, I heard all week about the very well-balanced and what's the word with this defense? They're gap
They're
sound.
disciplined.
They're disciplined.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
and
they do their job.
And I've seen it so far. I mean, there's not a lot of holes.
Gibb on a quick drop. That ball's batted up in the air. Trying to just flip it out here to Lazar. He had room to work too, but nice job there getting a hand up, knocking that pass down.
I couldn't tell. Was that 35 again, Ted Pawelek?
I believe it was.
And the Hornet punting unit comes on again. I believe that is Anthony Paolucci back. It is.
Kuzma in punt formation. Good snap. End over end. Fair catch called for and made right at the 20-yard line.
Well, you knew this would be a tough game, you know, based on what these teams have did last year, the success that they had, how they started off last week. And we were anticipating a good one here, and I think we're seeing it.
We are. And two really sound defenses going at it here. So,
two top 10 teams, whatever those preseason rankings or early season rankings mean, I don't know. But you're talking about number 5 against number 8 in the state. So, you know, somebody must think that these are good ball clubs, and they are.
Ryan Zahir in playing defensive tackle, number 8. So there's another sprint out, and that ball's thrown just behind. It was intended for Jake Carlton. Once again, getting Lipinski. Getting that pocket moving.
Yeah, they do like to move him both directions too. He went left that time.
Yes, he does a good job throwing. You know, he's obviously left-handed, but he does a good job rolling to his right and throwing the football as well. That's a straight drop, and that ball's batted down by Metzger.
That was nearly
there was a
picked off.
lot of black shirts over there. That was well covered.
I'll tell you what, Chris Metzger is not your average size cornerback either. He's 6'2", 215. I saw him up close the other day, and he's a man. He is a big boy.
He's built like a linebacker.
He really
but
is.
He runs. I mean, there's a reason he's playing corner. I mean, he can pick him up and put him down as well. So nice to have. He does a real good job in the run game support as well.
3rd and 10 from semi-deep in their own territory.
They're getting Judy out here wide right in a one-on-one, trying to maybe isolate him. There's a deep drop from Lipinski. He is going to step out of bounds. And
they called the late hit.
I don't understand this call.
Coach Gibbons doesn't either, and it was right in front of us, and it looked like Lipinski more fell than was hit.
I get we're protecting quarterbacks, but you've got pursuit to a sideline, and if you slip and go down and somebody makes contact with you, that does not mean.
We try to call him like we see him up here, but that's, you know, well, at any rate, 1st and 10 here for the Hudson Explorers. There's Reno Ferree trying to go wide, and he
keeps his feet, and he's finally brought down out there by Evan Faust after a pickup of.
Somebody almost had him there, Jamison Gordon possibly, and he broke through that tackle.
Looks like he picked up about 6.
Hudson back up to the line very quickly.
They like doing this. They like to get to the line, get a look at the defense, make a call. Bring Judy in motion. 2 receivers to the boundary as they give it to Farid. Good penetration again, and there's gonna be a holding call. It would either be 3rd and about 7 or 2nd and probably 14 or 15. I would assume that the Hornets will accept this penalty.
Well, that's another one where Reno Farid had to bounce it wider than he wanted because of that penetration by the right tackle or the defensive end there. Who was I couldn't see who that was, but and then the cavalry came in.
And that might have been Dan Miller, number 85, got in there early.
Yeah, I think you're right, Coach.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, they're trying to run outside zone, and you're getting penetration early.
You better have multiple hats on 44 though, because he's like Casey Miser. Neither of those guys go down easy. As we look at 2nd and 14,
fake it, trying another one of those bootlegs right into the arms of Cody Bendow. That's going to be a loss of another 2, maybe 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 17.
That was a real good play by Cody.
Defensive line's getting some penetration. I like to see that. They're active, and they're causing some problems in the backfield for that Explorer offensive line.
So 3rd and 17, you're thinking maybe screens, maybe
draws. And you know that
or neither of those.
Straight drop. Good pressure again as that ball's thrown over the middle, and he's going to be just shy of a 1st down. It's going to be a 4th and about a half a yard.
That was an interesting play because there was penetration, and then Lipinski rolled out, had somebody in his face, and still made a really good throw.
Yeah, I believe Ryan Zahir was right in his face when he let that ball go, but he threw a nice ball there in the middle of the field.
So much for the screen or draw, right? I mean, they're
drop back and throw it.
Yeah, they're at it. Now you got 4th and a half yard. The stands are going crazy here. Now that was 13 under center?
He was. That's Christopher Homer.
So that was a little bit of a...
I'm sorry, Horner.
That was a little bit of a, not trick play, but a unique play, right? Where you had...
Hey, put one of your big tight ends under center and let him get you a yard. And he got him 2, so got the job done. So that'll be a 1st and 10. The 47-yard line. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the half.
We've seen some good drives already in this game.
Yes.
What we haven't seen is anybody finish off a drive, but we've seen some good movement of the ball here on a 1st and 10.
Straight drop. He's looking deep for Judy, and that is well covered by Cooper Zielinski from his safety position. I'll tell you what's cool. We got twins on the field tonight.
That's
Cooper
right.
and Liam Zielinski.
We're going to be calling their names quite a bit this year.
2 very good athletes. Cooper coming off an injury. So happy for him to be out here and watching him mix it up last week. And
I think I saw that he had 9 tackles last week.
He
led our team.
He is an active safety, and he's smart, reads it well, and he is another player that is a force in the run game. But did a nice job there on his read, and that's a tough matchup with a big tight end running a seam route. So there's a give to Farid.
Wow.
That ball's loose. That is picked up by Dan Miller, and the Hornets get their first turnover of the night.
Was that Evan Faust? Who? We might be able to see a replay of this one. Here it is.
Let's see where that penetration came.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Evan Faust. He punched that ball out. He absolutely punched that ball out.
I'll tell you what, Evan Faust is another guy.
Football player.
He's a player, and he was a key member of this team as a sophomore last year, and now he's coming into his junior season. Both sides of the ball player.
Big play right there. So,
and they didn't pick him up, and he made him pay for it. You know, it was a good timed blitz, and he was untouched.
So Hornets taking over at the 38-yard line. 12 personnel in the game again as Dan Miller in as a second tight end. There's a give to Miser on an outside zone. Hornets have blocked well. Nice pickup of about 13 off that left side. Really nice block at the point of attack there by Dan Miller and Evan Faust.
Here's a replay. Let's watch this block.
Dan keep his feet moving. Just an outstanding job on a big linebacker. So Gibb with two backs in the backfield with him. This time they're going to give it to Faust. They like to mix in some carries for Evan from time to time. You got to get the ball in ball players' hands. Sometimes the easiest way to do is put him in the backfield, let Casey lead for him. And there's a pickup of close to 10. They have not moved the chains yet, and now they are.
Right on cue, Evan Faust makes impact plays on both sides of the ball, so and this is the deepest penetration we've seen yet tonight.
So now they're going to do it again. Faust right next to Gibb, Miser behind him. This time they give it to Miser with Evan leading. And look at those feet driving.
That was a 4-yard gain that I thought was going to be a 0-yard gain.
Aiden Rengers in there on the stop for Hudson. Second down and close to 7. Faust and Miller both remain in the game. Set up as flex tight ends on either side.
That'll be your timeout.
Hornets going to take a timeout.
You know what? Again, though, is that their first one? I think that's a good timeout. It's a big play in this game.
5:47 in the quarter or in the half.
While we have a minute to catch our breath here, let's thank Amanda Pfahl once more. She's been proudly serving the community for over 20 years, right here in the heart of our district, with her local office based in Hinckley. Amanda and her family live in Granger, and both her son and daughter are students at Highland Middle School. So that's real big, Amanda. Thank you.
Yeah, the Amanda Pfahl Agency has a full team of dedicated insurance professionals ready and willing to help with all of your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, life, or more. You can contact Amanda at 330-273-4100. So 2nd and 7. Hornets come out in that same formation. Going to bring Girding in motion. Fake little Q counter here is Gibb down inside the 1-yard line. I like that. They bring that jet motion, and then they pull the guard across there. Kick out the end, and just a little Q counter. And Grady Gibb's a big boy, tough to bring down.
He just went right behind the left side of that offensive line. It was a really good push, and now you got 1st and goal at the 1, and you'd like to see the Hornets finish this thing off.
Just brought in the heavy personnel here.
Brought in the big boys.
They got J-Mo Gordon and Callan Whitling in the game. Snap given to Miser, and he's in.
Right behind the guys that you mentioned, right?
Running behind Josh and Josh Messina there on that left side. That's a good place to run the football. So that is a huge, well-executed drive after a turnover. Take advantage of your opportunity. Outstanding job. Jonah Kauza in to kick. Grady Gibb is the holder. Dan Miller will snap it. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good.
Good kick. I think we're going to get to see a replay of this here right behind the big boys on that left side.
Watch this push by Josh Messina, left tackle. Right there, just stand him up. Woo! That's good stuff out of a left tackle. Good stuff.
Well, there's been a turnover on each side of the ball, and Highland took advantage of the turnover that they created there.
So now you get to see how both these teams respond. Hornets take the lead. It's always important to score first, but there's 5 minutes and 6 seconds left in this half, and Hudson has had plenty of success on the offensive side of the ball, and they've got at least one more opportunity here in the half.
That's right, Coach. What Highland wants to do is have a defensive stand, get the ball back, and score again. And what Hudson wants to do is go down and tie this thing up.
Yes.
You know, I could tell you the student section that's maybe in a blackout mode down there tonight is pretty fired up with that score, Coach.
It's good to hear them. Get
It's a
Hornet Nation up and rowdy.
It's a packed house here, too.
We got a
man.
nice crowd out here tonight. Really nice crowd.
And Hudson brought
Hudson
quite
has
a few
traveled
fans
quite
too.
well. Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is the best time for high school football, you know, early in the season, and it's optimism is high and the weather is good.
Weather's perfect. Kauza going to kick it away. Faree back deep as that is driven right on the back line of the end zone.
What I've learned about Kauza, the #1 kicker, I believe, in the state, is if he we're back to Kauza. Pine Valley Golf Club, Coach. We know the place.
It's one of our favorites.
We know it well. We could talk a lot about the course and what they've done over there. And
yeah.
Lisa and the team and
Lisa and Mike. Yes.
Lisa and Mike, they sponsored the Taste of Highland tonight.
Yes, and you know like you said, I think it's important to note that is a course that they've done a ton of work. They put the GPS in the carts. They've got all kinds of events all the time. It's a great place. I highly encourage you, if you haven't been there in a while, it is way different than it was.
Yeah.
It's an outstanding course. So there's another bootleg, and that is flipped outside, completed to number 6. That's Louis Castellarin. Picks up 4. Another short roll, like little bootleg action.
Remind me to get back to Pine Valley when we have another break, okay? I got more to say about that. But let's watch Hudson here on a 2nd and 6.
Signaling it in. That ball is given off.
That's 26.
That's Funyuk.
Yeah.
I like the way he runs the football. What a outstanding situation for them to have the 2 backs that they do, and Faree and Funyuk, and have options in that backfield.
Which is empty now.
He's going to throw it out quickly to Judy. And J-Mo Gordon gets there quick, can't get him on the ground. Nathan Judy is a tough man to tackle. Now, Hornets did a good job triggering on that, but just getting him on the ground is easier said than done.
Well, Lipinski got that ball out quickly and gave Judy a little bit of time to get his motor going. 4 minutes left in the half.
The second time we've seen them do that. There's another little short boot. He's looking deep for number 3. That's Palucci. That is just out of his reach.
Zielinski was back there, as was Dubkowski.
Nice job covering that up as we've got a Explorer shaken up on the play. Yeah, I do think it's, you know, tell me what you think about Pine Valley, you know? I mean.
Well, you and I have played some night. They have different events out there. They have night golf that they do, which is a lot of fun. And they have bands out there and that we've been to, and it's a beautiful place. The deck is a really nice place to have a beverage after a round.
Yes.
And the course itself is really has turned into a real good place. The greens, and it's just a beautiful place to be. I've seen the old ball coach here shoot some low numbers out there.
Yeah, real low numbers. You know what, though? Most important thing about that place, the people.
Great people.
Awesome people.
No, you're right. You're right.
All right, so 2 backs in the backfield. 2nd down and 10. And trying to get that outside zone. Hornets do a nice job stringing it out. Looked like Messina there early. That was Funyuk again on the carry. So it's going to be 3rd and about 8.
This is one of those things we were saying, how it could go either way, right?
Big down.
It is. If the Hornets could hold them and get this ball back, it's what they wanted, but Hudson does not want to let that happen. I wouldn't be surprised to see Lipinski roll out and fire something downfield.
Yeah. And I would watch Judy on some sort of an over route or something in the middle of the field. And there is a nice ball completed and dropped. And that is picked up by Cooper Zielinski.
There was a lot happening on that play, and I didn't even see the fumble, but Gavin Hitchcock caught the ball. It was a well-thrown ball for a first down, and then he got it stripped from him.
I'll tell you what, that happened fast. That's one of those that if you slowed that down on replay in the NFL, that might have just been an incomplete pass. But nice job there by Cooper Zielinski to be there, take possession. Hornets now
with
taking over at the 48-yard line. 2 timeouts left. There's a give to Miser, and he is brought down from behind.
That's number 50 again, Cooper Sullivan.
He is a good football player.
Junior.
He does a really, really nice job, that backside pursuit. Miser able to pick up 2 on the play. So 2 backs. Fake to Miser. He's got Dobkowski. Oh, nice ball there. And a really, really solid catch with his hands up over the top by Nick Dobkowski.
Yeah, because Anthony Paolucci hit him pretty soon after that ball got to him. He caught it and tucked it and got hit. What a good throw. That was we're gonna see this 35-yard completion again here. Plenty of time.
Nice play action. And that's a beautiful ball right between the safety and the quarter, little cover 3 there. So double tights. Just gonna try and go a Q power. Gibby gonna cut it back and pick up maybe 2 on the play.
We'll get a couple yards on that first down. Cut it back before we snap it there. Number 14.
2nd down and 8.
It was good to see Nick Dobkowski, all 6'4" of him, running down that field, making a good catch on a good throw. Now we got 2nd and 8.
2 tight ends in the game. Miller and Pfahl says there's a give to Girding. I'll tell you what, he did a nice job getting his foot in the ground and getting north and south, as that was an outside zone, but there wasn't much there.
No.
and he was able to put his foot in the ground, and that's going to be real close to another first down. No signal yet. No, yep, it is going to be first and goal from the 5.
That's that quickness that Girding has. Like, you're right. He went in between those two defenders, and there didn't look like to be a whole lot there.
2 tight ends still in the game. Give to Miser on a little counter. Keeps the feet driving. And touchdown, Hornets.
That's the power of Casey Miser there. Offensive line did a good job, but that last couple yards was, I think, was all Casey. Yeah. He was not going to be denied on that one, Coach.
No, he was not. I'll tell you, Casey was a first-team All-State football player, and then in the spring was a first-team All-State baseball player.
How often do you see that? I mean, that's got to be pretty rare.
It's got to be pretty rare. Snap is good, hold is good, and Cow's kick is up and through. So to your point, as far as how that half, where it was headed, as we're going to see the replay. Watch Casey just keep those feet moving. My goodness.
Got a little bit of help from big number 61 there.
That's
Josh Messina.
That's Messina doing what he does.
Big senior helping Miser get across that goal line.
No, but Casey, just the year he had last year and what he did on the baseball field in the spring was a sight. And
you got an up-close view of that, didn't you?
I got an up-close view of it. He's fun to watch play, I'll tell you that.
Well, I think what we need to do is appreciate this season with Casey. It feels like he's in his 6th season, right? Because he's been playing as a freshman, baseball player, and he's been here for years, and now his senior year. You don't see players like this come around too often.
No, you do not.
But yeah, to your point, Coach, we said this half could go either direction, and that 3rd and 8 that Hudson had. That they weren't able to convert. Actually, they did, but they fumbled it, and then that changed the complexion of this first half.
So Cow's at a kick. 52 seconds left. A nice boot, and that'll be into the end zone. So Hudson does have 2 timeouts remaining. They've got plenty of big play capability. So this Hornet defense got to stay focused here for the next 52 seconds.
From what we've seen of them, I don't think they're going to take a knee. They could, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them slinging it around.
I think with 2 timeouts, you're going to see them
see what happens with these first couple plays anyway.
Plays, see where it's headed.
Reno Faria is back out there on this series after Funyak was there last time, or who? Yeah.
Yes. Motion to a trips formation. Straight drop. Setting up a screen. That's Faria. And he's got room to run. And he is brought down by Cooper Zielinski.
That's a good tackle by Zielinski because Faria was motoring, and that's
exactly the play they needed. Now there's 42 seconds left. Ball out of bounds. Clock is stopped. They can take their time, and they got it all the way almost to midfield. Well set up.
There's a replay.
Straight drop. And he is going to run it out after a pickup of about 3, maybe 4. Nice job, though, getting out of bounds, save the timeout.
Yeah, it looked like pretty good coverage, and he just you don't want to take a sack in that situation.
See what Coach Meyer has in mind here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little pressure from one of these linebackers. Or 2 of them. There's Callan Whitling, set up another screen. And
it was a collision over there.
Hard over there.
across the Hornet 45-yard line. Looks like he's down to the 44.
That was Evan Faust.
That was a collision between Ferree and Faust. I'll tell you what, though, at first I thought they had timed up that play call pretty well because we blitzed 2 backers,
yes.
and then they came back with another screen, but Highland did a real good job of covering that.
Did get the first down, but only 19 seconds remain, still 2 timeouts. Straight drop, looking deep, going to settle for something underneath, and going to be taken out of bounds by Palucci. Going to pick up about 6. And I will tell you, their kicker is a talented guy. I watched him kick one. From 50 pregame.
Did you?
So that is also on the table for this. If they could pick up a couple more yards, they'd have a legitimate shot at a field goal. Another straight drop. Hornets bringing pressure, and he is brought down. Is that
85?
Was that Dan Miller? It's a big play from the senior right there.
Dan Miller's had a heck of a first half, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. He had a heck of a spring, too. He was the conference pitcher of the year for that baseball team.
You like those multi-sport athletes.
Well, there's a lot of them out here. The Zelinskis and Miller and, I mean, Dubkowski, Gibb.
That's good to see these multi-sport guys competing.
Girding.
But I'll tell you what.
I could go on and on.
No, you could. The Highland defense did exactly what they wanted because they had that big play so they had 40 seconds left, and they've only gained 5 or 8 yards.
Yes.
And now there's 5 seconds left. So Highland kept everything in front of them. And now they're going to have to do a Hail Mary type situation here.
So Hornets bring in Dylan Lazar has checked in. So they're going to go straight draw. They're going to look like they're trying to set up another screen.
That's J-Mo Gordon.
Jamison Gordon's going to end the half with a sack. That's a big stop for the Hornets.
Well, they weren't just going to sit back and let them have all day to set that Hail Mary up where they were.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a fun first half, Coach.
Yes, sir.
To watch with you.
Good half. Good. I mean, 0-0 through 1, and Hornets get 14 in the second quarter. But this Hudson, this game is far from over. This Hudson team is very talented.
And they get the ball to start the second half.
Yes, yeah. So Hudson will take over to start the half.
We're going to grab something to eat, and we'll be back with you for the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hudson City Schools is proud to present the Pride of Hudson, the 2025 Hudson High School Swing Marching Band. Hudson bands are under the direction of Mr. John Roders, Mr. John Burrington, and Mr. Jacob Moore. Instruction instructor is David Schrempel. Dance line instructor is Eric Gillespie. With a haunting dance, you'll be in a trance as we teach our dance on Abracadabra. Don't think just because we slow the tempo, that means this party is over. And while nobody's promised tomorrow, we can promise you all the passion of a power ballad by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. If the world was ending, the Hudson band will hold you just for a while and let you die with a smile. We're getting the band back together for our final charge tonight. Hot Rocker and One Direction celebrating 10 years since its debut. They bring the drums and the grooves and the dancing with all the moves. Here is One Direction's Drag Me Down.
Big shout out to the Culvers who are getting sponsored the deli and the press box.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the 2025 Pride of Highland Marching Band! We open tonight's performance with a Van Morrison classic that was written as a musical tribute to New Orleans R&B singer and piano player Fats Domino. Here is Domino. Our next song is a 1980s rock pop hit from the band The Romantics, which features our trumpet section. This is What I Like About You.
going to try and throw the ball, so probably have to throw the ball. The problem is pushing it down, and pushing it in a leverage situation.
We close tonight's performance with a debut single that launched the late Ozzy Osbourne's solo career. Off his 1980 album, Blizzard of Oz, this is Crazy Train.
Run, 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 pop. Run, 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 pop. If you get the pop at the right time.
Welcome back. Brandon Lipchek with Coach Jay Grissom. We're back at North Gateway Tire Field. And by the way, I heard that that's going to be the name of this field for a long time to come.
They re-upped the naming rights for a 10-year contract. Big thanks to the North Gateway Tire family, the Hill family, and what an awesome, it's kind of crazy to think this place is 10 years old now.
Yeah.
But, 10 years into it, and they signed up for another 10. Just an awesome family, awesome company. Great to have their support in the district.
And it's been a good night here so far. And it's a well-balanced game. It is 14-0 Highland. Highland had a couple turnovers. Hudson had a couple turnovers. Highland had one turnover. We got some stats here that they gave us, Jay, thanks to the Gazette and the Beacon Journal.
And Andrew.
Casey Miser, 13 rushes for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's doing what he does, but it doesn't say 168 yards, right? Some of those yards have been tough to come by here.
Correct.
With this Hudson Explorer defense. Grady Gibb, 4 for 6, 83 yards. Some nice passes, 1 pick. Dubkowski and Girding each had a couple of catches for 45 and 38 yards.
Yes.
Dan Miller and Zielinski each had a fumble recovery.
Right.
And then I was seeing the total yards, Jay. 189 yards for Highland, 120 yards for Hudson. That feels about right to me.
It does. Hudson's 7 first downs. They've only rushed for 28 yards on 17 attempts. So that's the stat of the game in my mind.
Good pull there.
So Hayden Lipinski, 8 of 12, 93 yards. Reno Ferree, 7 carries, 21 yards, 2 catches, 33 yards. So the damage that he's done has been more in the pass game. Now, he's a home run hitter. He can pop one at any point in time. But, I think I'm impressed with Hayden Lipinski. I like the way that he works around the pocket. He proved tonight that he is comfortable throwing in the pocket. Didn't see him do that. I don't think I saw him do it one time last week. And he's thrown a couple real nice balls from the pocket tonight. But they still have worked him on some boots and some sprint outs and things like that. But he moves well, throws it well. Impressed with both of these teams in that first half, definitely.
I think there was a lot of good defense played. I think if you had to pick, though, that stat that you pulled out is interesting about the rushing, right? I do think Highland's winning more often than not at the point of attack, and that speaks to the yards in the ground game.
Absolutely.
Right now.
Yes. Yeah, and I think, like I said, those stat lines can change on the first rush of the second half, obviously. And Reno Ferree is the real deal.
Well, there's playmakers all over this this Hudson team, both sides of the ball.
Yes.
So I always want to take advantage of sitting next to the ball coach. You got Coach Gibbons and Coach Gao both in the locker rooms. What are they telling their teams now? If you're if you're Coach Gao getting this ball to start the second half.
This is all about they probably spent the entire time talking about this first possession, right? We have got to go score. We've got to finish a drive. They've got to stay on blocks a little bit better. They've got to get to the second level on some of the blocks, and they've got to complete some passes for some big yardage other than in screen game, right? They've got to get some more shots down the field. Coach Gibbons is saying the exact opposite. I want a 3 and out. I want the football back in good field position, and let's go. Really put this game in doubt with a score early in the second half.
Well, that's the thing about these football games, in particular high school games. They can turn quick, and a play here, a play there. So Jonah Cowles is going to kick us off, and we'll see what happens. We got a good seat here to watch this game, Jay.
Seat in the house. Going with a little squib.
Squibber.
Up man. That is number 32.
Yeah, that's Joe Calvacani there, the up man that caught that squib and corralled it.
I like that. Only got it out to about the 23-yard line. Good coverage by the Hornets. We'll get another look at this Highland defense.
Well, we've talked about this. It's the first drive of the second half is always fun to watch, right? It's fun to see and
what are
the adjustments that they made.
Right.
And these are both good coaches in their 10th and 11th seasons, so they know what they're doing. And we'll see. You're good at understanding and seeing those adjustments that they've made too.
Going with a little counter. And that is another nice tackle over there. Is that Jamison Gordon?
Yeah, that's right.
Or was that Evan Faust? Might be Faust.
It's harder to see now in the dark.
Yeah. A good
That
first
was
down.
Faust.
Yeah,
You're right.
Good first down play there by the Hornets.
Well, it's another one Faree had to bounce it out because of
Yes.
the penetration there.
Now they're going to go with the boot off of this. It's covered up well. Lipinski turns his shoulders, tries to force one in. Outstanding play there.
That's, yeah, Callan Whitling.
That's Whitling.
But I'll tell you what, I also saw Zielinski back. There was nowhere to throw
Yes.
that ball. There was 0 places for Lipinski to throw that ball.
Callan did a nice job because they gave a read run, right, or a run read, excuse me. And I watched him step up, but he immediately turned, got to his flat, picked up that route, able to break it up, make it 3rd down and 9. Faree still in the backfield with Lipinski. Straight drop. He's got a lot of time to throw it. And that ball's intercepted. And that
Now that's Jamison Gordon.
That is Jamison Gordon. What an outstanding play.
Yeah, let's see this again.
Returns it to Hudson, 30-yard line. Gives the Hornet offense
Straight drop.
for the first time tonight.
He was trying to get that ball into Paolucci, but Jamison Gordon is what, 6'2"?
Yeah, it's hard to get it over top of his head. There's a give to Girding on a jet sweep. Nice cut. Gets the outside.
Lucas Girding.
Forced out.
That's Brennan Funyik again.
Yeah.
He's all over the field, 26.
Picks up 6, maybe 7.
That's a good first down play, though. Absolutely.
Second down and 3.
So looks like little play action, just swinging it out to Girding in the flat. Good pursuit there by that Explorer defense. Paolucci, first man there, number 3.
Yeah,
But that was good for a Hornet first down.
yeah, that's Girding again there. First down at the 20.
I like that. Sometimes you just want to get it into your playmaker's hands. The easiest way you can get it there. You get the
Yes.
ball in space to number 3, and good things can happen.
My gut's telling me Casey Miser's going to see the ball on this play. Oh, faked it to Miser, and Gibb kept it around the end for a 3-yard gain, 3-4-yard gain.
Just a little read option there, and I think Gibby made the right decision. They're keying on Casey on that inside zone, and he keeps it, takes it off the edge. Picks
Well,
up 3 on first down.
All week Hudson's been saying we're not going to get beat by Casey Miser, right?
Right.
You know, and it's hard to stop him. You can say that, but it's hard to stop him. But Highland's doing a good job of getting the ball in a lot of playmakers' hands.
There's another
There's
give to
Girding.
Girding. Gets his foot in the ground up the field, and he is in.
Very
Wow.
quick, very quick.
I'll tell you what, that burst he's got tonight, I mean, foot in the ground, and he's getting due north real quick.
As shifty as he was last year, I see a kid that has a year of strength and speed and just growth, you know. He even looks like he's on a different level this year.
Agreed.
Good for him, man. That's hard work in the offseason. Jonah Kauser for the kick. If I didn't say it earlier, the #1 ranked kicker in the state of Ohio, the #5 ranked kicker in the country, boots that through.
Boy, that's
Girding wouldn't go down there at the end.
some nice
Went through
blocking
that
on the
tackle.
edge, too.
Yeah, it sure was.
The Hornet offensive line has really risen to the task of
Well, and wasn't that?
replacing some real dudes.
And we talked about that at the top of the telecast here, Jay, where you're missing Noonan and Zywick and Nowak and Coyne, and these young guys have stepped in, and they're winning at the point of attack.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yes, they are. When having Spencer at center, Spencer Marquis, he's really intelligent. He's been playing center for a long time. I coached some 8th grade football back when he was in 8th grade, and he was a center then, and he's been playing in this offense for that long. He knows the calls. He knows very heady player. Having Cody Bendow in there, who's been a part of it and talented but smart. Josh Messina is just a mauler on the left side. Tommy Fern's done an outstanding job. It's just, and then Wyatt Sitt's another junior that I got to coach when he was in 8th grade, and I mean, those good football players, smart kids, know their assignments. Really proud of those guys. Another squib style, and Faree is going to bail on that one, let it go into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, that's the neat thing about being up here next to you. You've coached a lot of these guys in football and baseball, and you're the 9th grade football coach, and you've seen these guys grow up. Your son was a senior last year, so I mean you know the ins and outs of this program for a lot of years. It's easy to sit next to you.
I don't know about all that, but I know a lot of the kids, yes.
You know a lot about a lot, Coach.
No, it's fun to see him. You know, you get them as freshmen, and what do they turn into as juniors and seniors, and
they go from kids to men, really, in that time, right?
And the guys that are moving around, some of them come in as linemen and end up as skill guys, or vice versa. And there is another bootleg. Lipinski on a drop. He tries to dump it off in the flats, but it short hops like number 4, Gavin Hitchcock. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
This is where Hudson needs a playmate, one of their playmakers to make a play.
Yes.
You know, you get the feeling that this thing's going to get away from them quick here if they can't muster up some type of a drive here and at least stop some of the momentum.
Right. No, and exactly what we were talking about coming out of half. I mean, that part of this game went the Hornets' way. This game's long from over, though, so you've got to find a way to put a drive together and put points on the board. That's given to Faree. Inside zone. That was just a dive play.
Highland is signaling fumble.
And the referee is signaling he was down by contact.
Right.
So it's going to bring up 3rd, about 7. Callan Whitling on that stop. Straight drop, looking over the middle, and that ball is caught.
Good
by Hitchcock.
It's a good catch going down to get that, and man, did they needed that.
Just kind of came to the middle of the field, sat down in the middle of a zone. Lipinski put a nice ball where only the receiver could catch it. That's good for a first down. Hitchcock in motion. There's Faree. Nice pickup on first down for the Explorers.
Faree runs real hard, and that line did a good job on that play there.
Yeah, nice push up front.
Yeah.
This is where, these are the situations where as a coach, your options are open. A 2nd and 3 is a lot different than 2nd and 10.
Yeah. And Hudson hasn't been in a lot of 2nd and 3s tonight.
Yes. So, this is where you might see them open it up a little bit, or you
find big number 16 maybe.
So they're going to go a little play action. Lipinski steps up, and he's going to scramble for a first down. Picks up about 6.
Hit hard by Jamison Gordon.
He's got a nice pocket presence.
Well, they did. He did what they did. What you said they were going to do, right? They were going to take a shot there, but it was covered, and Lipinski just stayed calm and picked up 6 yards.
Hitchcock in motion. I'll tell you what. I see one adjustment that's being made. they are getting free north and south.
Real quick.
I mean, that is a power or a dive, old school dive play.
Well, we saw Free go outside a lot in the
Yeah.
first half, and I think he had to bounce some of those more outside than he wanted. And you're right. I think they said, let's get him going because he is a tank.
Let's run between the guards.
But it's the second straight first down where they picked up 6-7 yards, and now they're in a good spot.
Going to go with another boot action.
Nowhere to throw that ball.
And nice tackle there. That's the sophomore.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. That's Grillis.
Yes. Lucas Grillis on the tackle, the sack. Talented young man. Got to coach him last year on the freshman team, and we're going to see a replay of this. Just really nice pursuit. Staying with it. And a nice job wrapping him up, getting him on the ground.
Great play by Grillis, but what made that play was that defensive secondary. There was nowhere for Lipinski to throw the ball, and he had some time coming around the edge there.
Yes.
Third and 8.
Straight drop. Looking deep middle, and that's a nice.
Yes.
That's a nice ball.
And that's Judy.
That's Judy.
They've had a lot of their success over the middle,
Yes,
right?
they
With
have.
some of those. There's the medium range.
Yeah, attacking the seams, working the hashes.
Well, this is exactly what Hudson needed. They had a 3rd and 8 deep in their territory, and they converted it, and now they're on the move, and this is what they need.
Really good drive here for the Explorer offense. And that one stacked up early that time.
That was.
I saw Messina in there.
That was Funyik.
Yeah,
but there was nowhere for him to go.
Hornet interior D-line really collapsed that early. Bendow and Messina. So they've got those two playing inside with Grillis and Dan Miller playing the defensive end positions. You put Josh Messina.
Jeez.
You put him in a D tackle.
That guy put some work in the offseason as well, man. He looks big.
Sprint out. Hornets trying to string it out, and they force Lipinski to throw it away.
Well, what's happening is the receivers are just not getting any separation. So Lipinski's in a tough spot a lot of the time. Even that one to Judy on the prior play, there wasn't a lot of room. It was a good throw, but he doesn't have a lot of places to throw that ball, Jay.
No, I think, Metzger and
the Zielinski brothers back there.
Yes. Liam's done a nice job outside all night long, along with Metzger. And Nick Dobkowski, one of the two-way guys, doing a nice job from his safety position.
If Hudson wants to continue this drive, they're going to have to get some yards on this play.
3rd and 10, straight drop. Pinsky tries to step up, slings it, and that is incomplete. Cooper Zielinski made the hit. That's going to be a 4th and 10, and I'm sure this is go for it territory.
Yeah, if Paolucci had the ball, but Zielinski came in and kind of maybe jarred it loose.
He got there about the same time the ball did. Made a tough catch.
They would have rather seen a 4th and 4 than a 4th and 10, but they are going for it.
Straight drop, good pressure outside Dan Miller. Nice completion, but he's going to be short by 2 yards. That's number 3 on the catch, Paolucci.
Just a couple yards shy. He tried to fight for it. He's shifty. I'll tell you what, Dan Miller is having himself a game.
Yes, he is. Coming hard off the edge, put a good hit, good clean hit. And, all credit in the world to Lipinski. That was a good ball.
It was, yeah.
And that ball had not left his hand when that contact was made. But the Hornets do force the turnover on downs and now have a chance to really, really put this game in doubt. 5.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. up by 3 scores already.
That's Dylan Lazar.
Yeah, Lazar in the game. Gibb keeps it. Little RPO out to Girding. I like that. He rides that in there. He's reading the opposite defensive end. He's riding it in there. And he's got a pre-snap read, on our slot receiver. In that situation, it's Girding. If he likes the look of that, he's going to pull it, short roll. If that star bails and goes to that receiver, he's going to keep it and get upfield. If he comes and attacks, he's just going to flip it out there, and they're going to gain 8 yards on that. Well read there by Grady. There's a give to Lazar. Good burst. I love watching him play football.
Well, we saw him quite a bit last year, and he's another one that looks to have gotten bigger and stronger, and he still is real shifty and quick, isn't he?
But he's downhill too, right? Like he's not afraid to initiate some contact.
He's one of those guys that plays bigger than he is. I don't know how big he is, but he is. He's not afraid of that contact.
He's big enough, right?
He sure is.
He is. He's fun to watch. He's a good defensive player.
Good luxury to be able to give Miser a break and get Lazar in there. We're on the Explorer side of the field now.
Fake to Girding on the jet. That's Gibb. Oh, he's initiating some contact there too. Make Grandpa Bill Galatka excited to see him getting downhill, his grandson Grady Gibb.
Watching your grandson run this offense very well, Grandpa.
Yeah, watching Grady during the scrimmages, they're blowing everything dead on quarterbacks, and he was just chomping at the bit. He's like, I need to run the ball a little bit. I need to get hit. Right. Another give to Lazar. Stacked up early by like 32. Calvacanti.
I love what Coach Gibbons is doing with this offense. Whether it's Miser or Lazar in the game, if you're Hudson, you don't know what they're going to do. Gibb could keep it. He could hand it off. He could give it to Girding coming around for the jet sweep. He could pull it and hit Dubkowski over the middle.
Yep.
You have options every which way.
Yes.
And they do a great job of spreading this ball out.
Yes.
And that's a testament to Coach and Grady Gibb, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'd be surprised to see a shot taken here pretty quick. As they give that one to Miser, check back in. He's driving the legs.
Gosh.
It's going to be another first down. Now that was well blocked, but that last 4 to 5 yards was all Casey Miser.
He's a big, strong young man. Yeah.
So 3 minutes, third quarter. Hornets have another nice drive working here, edging into field goal range. Miser in there. Gonna give it to him on the outside. Nice cut up in there. Gonna pick up, looks like about 9.
Well, what's happening here is Highland is having their way at the point of attack right now. Every play. Every play is going for 7, 8, 9 yards. And Hudson's going to have to maybe think about sending some linebackers or trying to figure out a way to stop this.
And they were in that 3-3 stack. Now they just checked another defensive lineman back in.
Yeah, they're trying something different here.
Give to Miser on the inside zone. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to be brought down by Judy.
But the chains move again. And Highland is in the red zone.
Trent Smith. Nathan Judy all on the stop. That carry good for another Hornet first down as the offense
So
continues to
1st and
change.
10 from the 15. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Coach Gibbons wants to attack this red zone.
Oh, he's got two backs alongside of Gibb. He gives it to Faust.
Faust. And he's down about the 1 yard line.
Evan Faust with another strong run inside. He's down about the 2 yard line.
What a luxury to have
Right,
3 backs
Right.
that can carry the ball.
right. I'm rattling off our weapons a few minutes ago, and I didn't even mention Faust. That's how many we have. How could I forget him?
That ball is actually spotted at the 3. Looks like Lazar has checked in. Hornets using a lot of 12 personnel tonight. 2 tight ends, 1 back, as that's kept by Gibb, and he's taken down at the 1.
Nice fit, but he didn't get to the end zone yet.
By number 26 again. I bet you he's got about a dozen tackles tonight.
About a yard on that play.
It was a good open field tackle, too.
Yeah, Funyuk has had a
He's a ball player.
nice ball game. So the Hornets are happy to let this wind out the 3rd quarter, as we will head to the 4th.
That's a time-consuming drive right here. This is a good time to shout out once more Amanda Pfahl. It's not just about insurance. She has a full team ready to help you protect what matters most and bounce back from life surprises, whether it's protecting your home, car, or family. The Amanda Pfahl State Farm Agency in Hinckley has the experience and local knowledge to help you manage life's risks. So
If you haven't reached out to Amanda and her team, give them a call at 330-273-4100 or visit the website amandapfahl.com. She hopes to hear from you soon to see how she can help improve your insurance plan and maybe even save you some money to spend on your kids' next game or activity. Big thanks to Amanda Pfahl once again this fall.
That's right. That's right. 2 years in a row. Well, Hornets at the 1 yard line, up 21-0. They've been very methodical here. It's an even blend of, well, it was an even blend of runs and passes, but lately it's been just pounding that ground game. You know, whether it's Faust or Miser or Lazar or Girding or Gibb keeping it. You know, I bet you they're averaging 6 yards a pop. 6-7 yards a pop right now.
And that's a product of what you were saying we're seeing up front. I mean, this 12 personnel is getting a nice push. As there's another one, and Dylan Lazar gets in. I'll tell you what, that's just hat on a hat. Here we come. 27-0 Hornets. 3 seconds into the 4th quarter.
Well, it's always neat in a new young season to watch these guys gain confidence, you know, because think about it, a lot of these guys haven't played a lot of. Oh, is this a bad snap?
And that's flipped into the end zone. Good for a 2-point
two-point
conversion. Jamison Gordon on the reception.
Well, I guess that's what you have to do if it's a. What happened here? Let's see the replay. Oh, this is the touchdown. Okay.
I mean, they just caved that entire right side of the offensive line, just caved that thing down.
Yeah, you can almost see these guys just gaining confidence, right? This is only their 2nd game. A lot of these guys on a Friday night opportunity like this, you know, and they're young. A lot of these guys are young. You're talking about 17-year-old young men, right? And you can just see them gaining that.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's, I know what Coach Gibbons does and his staff in the off season, and during our mini camp sessions, and then we went up to Mentor Lake Catholic and scrimmaged Lake Catholic. That's one of the better Division IV programs in the state. Then the next week we went down to Big Walnut, a team that was in the state semifinal last year with a lot of returners.
That's right.
And had a really good night over there. And so to your point, this confidence that these kids are starting to show started the second week of August, not necessarily last week.
Yep.
So you go
That's
challenge your guys in those scrimmages. As Kauza kicks this one away, and it's going to be fielded about the 1 yard line by Faree. He is got a burst.
That's a really good return.
Bring it out to about the 44-yard line.
Really good return.
I just
That's right.
I think about that scrimmage down at Big Walnut. That's a big school, a beautiful facility. You got to ride a bus down there for an hour and a half, and I'll tell you, these guys just showed up and they just competed. And
that's a good point. And to your point, Coach, it didn't start last week. It didn't even start in those scrimmages. Coach and his staff, and you and all the younger coaches, they groom these guys for years. So it's our first time. It's my first time to see some of these guys, but they've known who's up next, right? And they're getting reps in the offseason, and they're getting reps in the JV games, and then they come and they're ready to play.
Yes.
They're ready to perform, man, year after year. There's Reno Faree stringing it out again. And that has not worked well tonight because Highland does a very good job of
Callan Whitling with some bad intentions there at the sideline.
Not a lot of room around the edge.
Callan Whitling's a special football player as well. He's a sideline-to-sideline guy.
Yeah, he just looks like a ball player, that kid.
He shows blitz on this one. He's going to drop back in coverage. Deep drop. And Cody Bendow gets there along with we get a hand on a face mask there.
I think so.
Flag down.
That might tack on 15.
Lucas Grillis was there as well.
Broken record, but that was set up by the defensive secondary.
Yeah.
Lipinski had a little bit of time, but there was nowhere to throw that ball.
So that will
Coach, you mentioned when you went to Lake Catholic for a scrimmage. Did I hear something about Coach Gibbons and Lake Catholic?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and he's probably going to be mad we're going to talk about this, but Coach Gibbons was inducted into the Lake Catholic Athletic Hall of Fame this summer. And that place stacked up quick.
A lot of history with the Gibbons family at Lake Catholic.
His dad was the coach there for a long time before he moved on to St. Ed's, and now his brother is the head coach there. And it was really cool to see, though. Coach Gibbons got to talk to both teams together, and when we wrapped up, and just talked about his time at Lake Catholic and how much he loves Highland and how much both of those communities have made him, who he is as a coach, and it was really cool. Is that pass intended? It's intended for Castellarin. Falls incomplete, but it was really Coach Gibbons. He don't like talking about himself very much, but you put him in midfield with the two teams circled around him, and they kind of made him share some words, but he did an awesome job with a great message. And a lot of what he talked about is, though, what you're talking about, like he's encouraging these guys, pay attention to the little guys. I mean, you look down on this sideline and these ball boys and water boy, those guys are, Casey Miser is,
right.
Something special to those guys. Dan Miller's That pass over the middle, good ball there.
Yeah, really good one.
That's
Caught by number
completed.
21,
That's Mark Salem.
junior wide receiver. It was a good ball.
Yeah, just a little post route right over the middle. And again, to your point earlier,
Yeah, that's where they've had some
had
success.
the most success there, kind of between the hashes. Deep drop. Good pressure by the Hornets.
Oh.
This time they get there. They're able to collapse that pocket.
Well, Dan Miller came around the edge. They're going to show it to us again here and forced him to step up. Oh, that's the reception. Yeah, Dan Miller came around the edge and forced Lipinski to step up, and there was a couple Hornets waiting
I
for
think
him.
Grillis and Bendow on that sack. So got a doubles formation here. Second down and 14. Looking to go quick. Oh, a little double move, trying to get one up the sideline. Dobkowski's there, and he picks it off. Returning it up that left sideline. He's got a little bit of room. So I can't. Well, actually, you would know better than me because you were a defensive back. But they've showed these quick screens, and he did a pump out there. But to Nick Dobkowski's credit, he stayed home, stayed with who?
Yeah.
You know, his man did not bite on that quick. You know, they've just flipped it out to Judy in the flats about 3 times.
Yes. That
And
was the first one we've seen of those. I don't know if it was out and up or what have you, but Dobkowski did a real good job of staying back.
Stay home, do your job, good things happen. That ball's
There's Casey Miser.
and he picks up about 14. Another nice burst. Boy, Coach Meyer's got to be proud of his defense tonight. You know, forcing turnovers, getting stops.
Yeah.
You know, what they've done against a really solid rushing offense.
And they've really tightened things up after the first couple drives. I mean, the Hudson has not been able to do a lot at this game.
I love listening to Coach Meyer. You know, he comes down and works with the freshmen some and helps us with, you know, we're putting in his defense, right? And, I mean, he's football family with him as well. He's girding on the jet sweep. And Judy chases him out of bounds.
I had a chance to come watch practice this week, Coach, and I was impressed looking at our coaching staff. They look like they're having fun out there. They look like they instill just a kind of a fun atmosphere, right? The guys were loose, and it looks like all of our coaches are ball players or were at one point. You know, these guys look the part, and they're it's a good atmosphere that they've created.
Yeah, what Coach Netling does with the secondary and the special teams, and I think, you know, we've talked a lot about this offensive line. What Coach Fritz has done with this offensive line, you know, putting a new crew together. I'm sure he's really proud of the start that these young men are off to. Low snap. Ooh, that is a nice tackle from behind.
Well, they brought Funyak in, and he was unblocked, and he hawked Lazar down. Funyak can move.
Yes, he can. You know, Coach Gribble with his receivers, what he does with those guys.
Well, and
Coach Endo with his defensive line.
And you talk a lot about the receivers. Yes, they catch the ball, but how they block it really helps the run game. You spring to that next level.
Go on hard count. Good keep there by Grady. And he might have got there. It's going to be close. That's a great read. That defensive end crashed down hard on that dive. Grady just pulled it right out of Lazar's belly. Kept it off that
Yeah.
left edge. Great read there by Grady Gibb.
Got an injury timeout.
We've got an injured player on the field.
Palucci got shaken up a little bit with his ankle, but he's walking off.
Since we're talking about all the coaches, I probably ought to bring up Coach Bracey and what he does with the running backs. It's got to be fun to work with Casey Miser every day. But, I mean, I say that jokingly because he's gotten Dylan Lazar ready to go, and watching the JV guys, the way that Colton Winston's running the ball, and, you know, a lot of these guys, what they're doing. Coach Lombardi
All our volunteers here tonight. Those selling
working with
manning the concession stands on both sides of the
defensive
field.
backs, receivers.
Be successful without everybody.
It's a really, really good coaching staff.
Dylan Lazar is behind Grady Gibb here, 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They might have taken Grady Gibb out of the ball game. I believe that's Nathan Pruchet. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Aiden Pulis. Well, I tell you what, that snap went through his hands. He made a little something out of nothing.
Yeah, he did.
I said Nathan, it's Aiden. I apologize. So starting to work in some guys.
Okay.
Aiden Pulis in at quarterback.
Yeah, I see Ben Radigan in at receiver.
Yeah, definitely Colton Winston sighting. I see Howman in at tackle.
By number 16, Nathan Judy. By number 32, Joseph Nalbacanti.
See if these young men can finish off a drive. There's a give to Winston. Nice cut, get upfield. Going to be real close to another first down.
Yeah, that was a good hard run.
Another baseball player, just throwing it out there.
Well, you know the baseball players for sure, and you like to see these guys out here competing.
Colton's dad's on the staff with us. Does a great job with our infield and catchers. And
his older brother was a pretty good ball player, if I recall.
He's pitching down at Ohio U right now, doing good things. Colton played center field. I like the way he runs the football. Now that.
Colton Winston was on that last carry. This time he leads the blocking out there.
That was Jonathan Pruchet on the carry. He another one of the quarterbacks.
Quarterback, yeah.
He might be Coach Gibbons might be running the plays in with those two quarterbacks. It's Pruchet going back out again into the huddle.
These
Johnny
are the
Pruchet
meaning.
is a junior. Another really good football player.
Aren't these part of the meaningful reps though that
Yes.
that get these guys ready for later in the season when you're going to need them or next year or.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many times did we get to watch Dylan Lazar carry the ball in second half last year?
Right.
And a lot of these offensive linemen that we're talking about, they got a lot of reps.
Yeah, the whole new offensive line in there right now too.
There's a keep. I think Johnny Pruchet is gonna want that read back. Winston had a nice seam there. Looks like Brock Leatherman's in at left tackle. Connor Howman at right tackle.
Good tackle by 35 Ted Pawalik Jr.
Caden Mendenhall, left guard. So that's Aiden Police back. There's a give to Winston. Using his speed, get outside. Gets his foot in the ground, get upfield. But he is going to be short of a first down. Looks like they're going to run the
field goal
unit out. This is another, like we say all the time, these are good reps, live reps in game.
Give Jonah Kauza a chance to kick about a
33-yard field goal attempt here.
From the left hash, close to it.
Good snap, good hold, plenty of leg, and it's good.
Wow. I'll tell you what, like you said, it's good to see the young guys kind of get some points on the board, right, with that drive, move the ball, get the last couple first downs, and good to see Jonah Kauza nail it through.
Yes.
32-0, a couple minutes to go, running clock at this point.
Well, I can tell you I did not see a running clock coming tonight.
No.
Nor do I feel like this game hasn't felt like a running clock situation.
Especially after the first half of the first quarter when it was 0-0.
It was 0-0 to start of the second quarter, correct?
Oh, was it the whole?
Yeah,
maybe
the whole.
0-0
after one.
Yeah.
And then the Hornets scored 14 in the second.
It's been kind of an avalanche, you know. It was 7, then it was 14. I mean, it's been all Hornets really after the first quarter. I know you're a coach and you don't like to talk about next week before this game's over, but
heading up to Avon Lake next week. Play the Shoremen. Perennially a really good program up in Avon Lake.
And then we're back here the following week with Aurora coming to town, right?
Yes.
We'll be back on the air in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's always a good one between the Hornets and the Greenmen.
Back deep, number 44, Reno Ferry, and number 26, Brennan Funyak. Taking up for Highland is Jonah Kauza.
Another good kick.
Well, this was sure a fun way to start off the year, Coach. I mean, we had Town Tavern with the players' meal. We had Pine Valley Golf Course sponsoring the Taste of Highland tonight. Great place, Pine Valley. We had Hudson Community TV joining us.
Yes.
We had the alumni band.
Yes.
And oh, by the way, we had a perfect night for football
Perfect
as well.
weather night. And the best crew around.
Well, that's a very valid point.
I mean, you've got Brianna and Andrew, the legend.
Eric and Luke.
And you got the man behind it all. There he is. There's the legend. Look at that guy.
The close-up view of Andrew.
As that ball is kept around the right side. Nice gain there for the Explorers. That's Horner.
It really is a great crew up here that we get to work with, Jay, and these guys make it easy for us. We get the easy part. You know, it's a great team.
So that will do it. 32-0. And statement made.
Yeah.
Statement made. You know, I think this is a team that they're like, I'm sure that from the outside that looks like there's a lot of question marks. I could tell you inside of that locker room and inside of that coach's office, a lot of confidence in what this team's got going on. A lot of confidence in these offensive and defensive lines, and what you just saw tonight against the number 8 ranked team in the state. Statement made.
just like the coaches drew it up, you work hard all off season, and you come out and you're ready to play. You're 2-0. You're rolling into Avon Lake next week, and couldn't ask for much more from this night, Jay. It was great being alongside of you again.
Yes, big thanks to Amanda Pfahl. Big thanks to Pine Valley. Big thanks to the crew. Brian, thank you for everything. And we will see you in 2 weeks. Have a good night.
Amen.